final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. I mean, look at this defense.
Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
A big play there on the catch and run, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10, as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, he'll drop to throw. From the left side, it's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Black Knights are on the board first here this afternoon.
That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done. And on the opening drive of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading him out, their veteran quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and a couple.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, we we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains. It was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Now a 2nd and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside side. And he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 43.
Looking to throw. Barnes.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. When you look at this defense,
they're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Back to throw now on first down. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Barnes. Wolford's got it. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They get it to Washington, running left.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they... Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Huskies are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This one hauled in by Sample. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now back to throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. They bring their punter out there now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. San Juan's offense ready to get started again. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. On 1st and 10, Barnes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They run from the shotgun with Washington. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, it's Brooklyn in possession. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. As they've got it as we resume action. Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
On play action, they'll throw. This will be caught by Brown.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards on the play. First down, Black Knights.
Back to throw here. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Back to throw again. Dancing to his left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll look to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At the 7-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's the fullback
with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys have taken the lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. San Juan's offense ready to get started again. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They go with Washington to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 21, here's the 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Right back to Washington. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
Now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
San Juan's offense ready to get started again. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Barnes.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st, here's Washington. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. Barnes.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. No, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
91 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First down, Brooklyn.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Got him in. It's Brown. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Black Knights go up by 2 touchdowns.
They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. San Juan's offense ready to get started again. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
The throw right sideline here is complete. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Looking to throw. Barnes.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
One final go for this offense here in this first half.
And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. The Steelers keep their already slim playoff hopes alive, but at 4-7, another loss would likely put an end to any postseason dream. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. The Falcons locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou to check on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Washington on the right side toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got an open man, it's Washington. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
What my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Now a run up the middle with Washington.
And he's got it down to the 28.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Back to throw. Barnes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing. All right, they didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his man on the outside. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
San Juan now getting set to take over on offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd down, Washington. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Barnes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
What's up, man?
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a 1st down. Roughing, it is a 1st.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
The boy showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Washington now out of the gun.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. It's a gain of 4 there that gives him a new set of downs.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Back to throw. Barnes. Pressure comes and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Barnes. Complete to Washington. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down. And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Mendoza. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And this offense on third down today, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. San Juan's offense ready to get started again. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, How much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle they go. Washington.
He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Barnes.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the give, this is Washington.
Down to about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
To throw on 3rd down, Barnes.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his right. Now the ball comes loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
San Juan's offense ready to get started again. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing on 1st down. Barnes. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
On first down, Barnes. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. A toss left to Washington. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and ride.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. He'll get this up to about the 44.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
131 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
On play action, they'll throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will pick up the first down as he is out of bounds. And on that, we will reach the 2-minute warning.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
That is caught. And he is going to have a first down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory.
And they'll indeed take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 3rd and 9 here.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
San Juan now getting set to take over on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Barnes. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Brooklyn, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
Meanwhile, for San Juan,
their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.